Advaita pada padma renurasi dharana. Bhakti Jagannatha Raksamam Abhajanam Sitarata Advaita Charana Inda Bhavan Sitanata Paneswara Sadgunam Vibhajam Sitanata Pada Padma Kevala Karunata Bhakti Yoga Tatsanam Sitanata Daita Charana Ravinda Sitanata Daita Charana Ravinda Bhavana Advaita Nityananda Karunamayam Ika Anga Tidamurti Kesorati Sadhana Jivatana Bhakti Jnana Karadi Kajanam Sitanata Daita Charana Vinda Kajanam Nindakati Prema Bhakti Dayakam Sarvadata Sitanata Santi Puranayakam Nindakati Prema Bhakti Dayakam Sarvadata Sitanata Santi Puranayakam Sangha dosa karma yoga muksanam sitanata daita charana Sangha dosa karma yoga muksanam sitanata daita chara ravinda bhava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Joy kita bukti di pati itu terpuji. Sirayuto namustabha Korijana Kekade Goro Premo Pradana Siddhai Pate
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
हरे कृष्णा। तो आज हमारा परम सौभाग्य है कि हमें कृष्ण कथा का हम भगवान ग्रंथ हमारे साथ हैं ग्रेस राम विजय प्रभु जी। राम विजय प्रभु जी के बारे में थोड़ा सा परिचय इस प्रकार से है कि राम विजय प्रभु जी ने मॉरिशस कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर में से जुड़े थे 1986 में। उनमें से कईयों का जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था तब, आज से 40 वर्ष पहले। और ये बहुत बड़े योगदान प्रभु जी ने दिया है मॉरिशस का मंदिर निर्माण करने में। मॉरिशस एक छोटा सा टापू है शायद, स्मॉल आइलैंड,
surrounded by the sea.
बहुत खूबसूरत है वो। लोग क्या कहते हैं, टूरिस्ट की तरह जाते हैं, बहुत जाते हैं।
डूब सकते हैं किसी दिन।
ओके। तो वहाँ जो प्रभु जी हैं वो गिरिराज स्वामी महाराज जी के शिष्य हैं और उनकी जो सेवाएं हैं वो ज़्यादातर ट्रैवलिंग टीचिंग करते हैं और बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं। और 2 नामहट जो केंद्र हैं वो भी मॉरिशस में स्थापित हैं। भारत में ट्रैवलिंग प्रभु जी ने पिछले साल दिसंबर 2024 में शुरू किया था। तो उन्होंने जो टूर इस प्रकार से था, दिल्ली, कुरुक्षेत्र, चंडीगढ़, लुधियाना, अमृतसर, प्रयागराज जैसे पवित्र स्थान की मेरे को प्रभु जी का संग मिला उसे स्नान करने के लिए। और अब प्रभु जी काम को आइए प्रभु जी का स्वागत करते हैं और हम कुछ नए खूबसूरत तरीके से कृष्ण कथा का पालन कराएंगे।
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Bihari Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Devam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivachakacharya Stotarashita Sashamal. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Devam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivachakacharya Stotarashita Sashamal. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindra Ki Jai. Namacharya Slahaidas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kundu Radha Kunda Girigavadhani Ki Jai. Vrindavan Navadip Mayapur Dhami Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dhami Ki Jai. Ganga Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Sameer Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. The appearance day of Advaita Acharya Prabhu Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasupayeshu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, I offer my respectful obeisances and to the personality of Godhead Narayan, and to Narayan Rishi, the supremest human being, and to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service into the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. So we shall read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11 Canto 11, Chapter 2, Maharaj Nimi meets the 9 Yogendras, and text 41. Kham vayum agni salilam mahim cha Jyotim sisatbani diso dumadim Sarim samudram chahare sariram Yatkim chabhutam pranamed ananya Kambayumagni matsalilam mahimcha Jatim sisadvani diso dumadim Sarim samudram chahare sariram Yatkim chabhutam pranamed ananya Kam vayum agni salilam mahimcha Jyotim sisadvani diso dumadim Sarit samudram chahare sariram Yatkim chabhutam pranamed ananya Dumalim Samudram chahare sariram Kim chabhutam pranamed ananya Kambayum agnim salilam mahimcha Kim sisatvani diso dumadim Sarit samudram chahare sariram Chabhutam pranamed ananya tam vayum agnim anam mahim cha. Hari samudram chahare sariram kim chabutam pranamay ananya. Come, Isa, Vayum, air, Agnim, fire, Salilam, water, Mahim, earth, Cha, and Jatimsi, the sun, moon, and other celestial luminaries. Sadvani, all living beings. Disaha, the directions. Dumadim, trees and other immovable creatures. Sarid, the rivers. Samudram, the oceans. Cha, also. Hare, of the Supreme Lord. Hari, Sariram, the body. Yat Kimcha, whatever. Bhutam, in created existence. Pranamed, one should bow down. One should bow to. Ananya, sinking nothing, to be separate from the Lord. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Either fire, air, water, earth, the sun, and other luminaries, all living beings, the direction, trees, and other plants, the rivers and oceans, whatever a devotee experiences, he should consider to be an expansion of Krishna. Thus seeing everything that exists within creation as the body of the Supreme Lord, Hari, the devotee should offer his sincere respect to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. We got a long purport. So should we go through all through?
Whatever part if you want to cover, that will be alright.
All right. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. So we'll read some part of the purport, and then we'll try to explain. Srila Jiva Goswami has given this example from the Puranas. Yat pasyati tat anuragadisena jagadhana mayam lubdha kamukha kamini mayam itivat hare sariram. Because of a greedy person's obsession with money, wherever he goes, he sees an opportunity for acquiring wealth. Similarly, a very lusty man notices women everywhere. In the same way, a pure devotee should see the transcendental form of the Lord within everything, since everything is an expansion of the Lord. It is our practical experience that a greedy man will see money everywhere. If he goes to the forest, he will immediately consider whether it would be profitable to purchase the forest land and sell the trees to a paper mill. Similarly, if a lusty man goes to the same forest, he will look everywhere for beautiful women, tourists who might happen to be there. And if a person and if a devotee goes to the same forest, he will see Krishna there, knowing correctly that the entire forest, as well as the sky canopy above, is the inferior energies of Lord. Krishna is supremely sacred, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And since everything that exists expands directly or indirectly from the body of the Lord, everything is sacred when seen through the eyes of a self-realized person. Therefore, as stated in this verse, one should offer one's sincere respect to everything. Srila Jiva Goswami has mentioned that we should see the personal form of Krishna everywhere. This verse does not approve the impersonal atheistic philosophy that everything is God. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya has quoted from the Hari Vamsa, Sarvam Hare Visatvena Sariram Tasya Bhanjate Ananyadipatitvacha Tad Ananyam Adiryate Nachapyavedo Jagatam Vishnu Purna Gunashyatu. Because everything is under the control of the Supreme Lord Hari, everything is considered to be His body. He is the original source and master of everything, and therefore nothing should be seen as different from Him. Nonetheless, one should not foolishly conclude that there is absolutely no difference between the material universe and Lord Vishnu, who is full of his own unique spiritual qualities. So I think we stop here and we'll try to elaborate a little. And then we can move to CC, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll discuss about the importance of Advaita Acarya appearance there. So first of all, I'm very blessed to be here among you because I did not expect to come here, but somehow one devotee arranged for me to meet with Prema Harinam Prabhu. And Prema Harinam Prabhu in Prayagraj accepted my invitation to come to his place here in Kanpur. So we thank Prabhu and his team. Hare Krishna. And we thank also this Prabhu. And now I remember that actually this Prabhu, I don't know what's your name, Prabhu. You help us to take a swim deep in the Ganges. It's you. Now I remember, only now, that you take care of our clothes and our belongings so that we can take deep in the ocean. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Here we are discussing a part of the Bhagavatam, 11th canto. The title is Maharaj Nimi meets the 9 Yogendras. And I will not go into detail, but I will try to explain what is there, what we just read. With translation again, a devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Actually, I did not offer my obeisances. Actually, when after reading, I have to chant some prayers. So let me chant some prayers. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Pada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaisnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishnam Padan Sahagana Silalita Vishakam Vitam Cha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gourange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavabhyo Namo Namaha Mukam Karuti Vachalam Pangulangaite Girim Tat Kripa Tamam Vande Segurum Dinatarinam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Siva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So here we are reading from this part of Bhagavatam where we understand that a devotee should see everything in terms of Krishna consciousness, in relation to Krishna. Because everything comes from Krishna. As is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvam pravatite iti bhajya bhajantimam buddhabhava samanvita. I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who knows this perfectly engaged in my devotional service with all his heart. So Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is absolute truth. When we speak of the absolute truth, we also understand that there is a relative truth. So to understand the absolute truth, we need to understand the relative truth. Prabhupada gives a very nice example in the Bhagavatam that to understand the absolute truth, there is two items that we should consider. Reflection, and darkness. Darkness means what? Darkness means the absence of light. So we have to use the example of light to explain darkness. See, so this is darkness. And reflection. Reflection means light from the sun to darkness. So reflection indicate there's a substantial object. So this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So that does not mean that although it is a reflection, it is not true. It is true. Reflection means reflecting from a substantial object, like the spiritual world. So in this way, we understand the absolute truth. And our philosophy is, Chaitanya Prabhu's philosophy is Achintya Veda Veda Atadva. So simultaneously one and different. Because Krishna is a source. is a source, and everything we see is the energy of that source. So, in that sense, the energy and the energetic are not different. It's the same. Because without the energetic, without the source, will not have the energy. So the energy is there because the source is there. So in this way, philosophically, we can understand that there's no difference between the source and the energy, and its energy. They are identical. So similarly here, a devotee should see anything as, a devotee should not see, anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So this is an advanced stage. Once Srila Prabhupada was walking and he see water in the tub dripping. And he immediately understood that this is Krishna's energy and asked someone to go and stop it. See? So in this way, Prabhupada is very conscious of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada once said, there's no one time that I am not Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada was always Krishna conscious because he sees everything in relation to Krishna. Because everything, for a devotee who is very advanced, who knows our philosophy, will understand that there is no difference between the spiritual world and the material world. And he's happy. A devotee is happy to stay in the spiritual world, to stay in the material world, because he knows well this is a reflection of the spiritual world, or the energy of the Lord. You see, so in this way, a devotee sees everything in relation to Krishna. Once, as you know, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks Krishna to show his universal form. Also, Arjuna is very pleased with the forms that he actually sees. Parthasarati, Krishna is with him, is in front of him. He's very pleased with the two-handed form. But still, he asks Krishna, please show me your universal form. Why he asks Krishna to show his universal form? Because he wanted to show people in the future that one who claims to be God, he must be ready to show his universal form. And if he does not show his universal form, then we can understand that he is what he is? Actually, I'm looking for a proper word. Imposter. Thank you very much. He is an imposter. So that's why Arjuna asks Krishna to show his universal form, just to show people that if they claim to be God, they must be ready to show his universal form. This is the reason why Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form. Also, he is very pleased with the form that he sees in front of him. So this is how also that the universal, whatever we see around us, here it is mentioned, is the fire, air, water, earth, the sand, the other luminaries, all living beings, the direction, trees and other plants, the rivers, an ocean, whatever devotee experiences, he should consider it to be an expansion of Krishna. Thus seeing everything that exists within creation as the body of the Supreme Lord, Hari, the devotee should offer his sincere respect to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. The gigantic form that we see, the sky, the ocean, the mountain, and the trees, this is an expansion of the Lord. This is a universal form of the Lord. For people to understand Krishna is not easy. It's not easy. But in general, people accept that, nature, the ocean, the sky, the sun, and the stars, they accept this to be great, to be God. Although it is an impersonal aspect, but even that, they begin to understand that Krishna, in the form of his impersonal aspect, because the true realization of God. The Brahman, the Brahman, the impersonal Brahman, the Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So all are three, they are all transcendental, but they are in different categories. So people in general, they accept the impersonal aspect of the Lord. So in this way, they begin to understand the Lord's, at least his impersonal aspect. This is how they begin to appreciate Krishna. That's why the impersonal, those who worship the impersonal, are also called transcendentalists. But they are in different categories. Just like the student in the primary school, and the student in the secondary school, and the student in the university. They're all students, but in different categories. Hare Krishna. So we move to another, is that clear? It's okay? So we move to Sisi Chaitanya Chaitamrit. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda So I have selected from Adi Lila, chapter 6, the glories of Sri Advaita Acarya, and text 26 onward till 28. Mahavishnu Ram Sa Advaita Gunadhama Ishwarya Vedateni Advaita Purnanama. Sri Advaita, who is the reservoir of virtues, is a main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is identical in all respect with that Lord. Text 27. Purveyaiche Kaila Sarva Visvera Sijana Avatari Kaila Ebis Bhakti Parvartana. Translation. As he had formerly created all the universes, now he descended to introduce the path of Bhakti. Text 28. Jivanistarila Krishna Bhakti Karidhana Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakhyana. Translation. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explained the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Although Sri Advaita Prabhu is an incarnation of Vishnu for the welfare of the conditioned souls, he manifests himself as a servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And throughout all his activities, he showed himself to be an eternal servitor. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda also manifested the same principle, although they also belong to the category of Vishnu. If Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu had exhibited the all-powerful Vishnu potencies within this material world, people would have become greater impersonalists, munis and self-worshippers than they had already become under the spell of this age. Therefore, the personality of Godhead and his different incarnation and forms plays a part of devotees to instruct the conditioned souls how to approach the transcendental stage of devotional service. Advaita Acarya is specially intended to teach the conditioned soul about devotional service. The word Acarya means teacher. The special function of such a teacher is to make people Krishna conscious. A bona fide teacher following in the footsteps of Advaita Acarya has no other business than to spread the principle of Krishna consciousness all over the world. The real qualification of an Acharya is that he presents himself as a servant of the Supreme. Such a bona fide Acharya can never support the demoniac activities of atheist men who present themselves as God. It is the main business of an Acharya to define such impostors posing as God before the innocent public. So this part, we understand how Advaita Acharya, we see in the altar, the Panchatattva. So the Panchatattva, one of the members in the Panchatattva is Sri Advaita Acharya. Sri Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Vishnu. And also he's an incarnation of Vishnu, he's a Vishnu Tattva. But when he appears as Advaita Acharya, he appears as a servant, as a servitor. of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we just read, no? Just read. Before we had the class, we read about Advaita Acharya's Astakam. Yeah. And in this Astakam, can you give me the Astakam? Yeah. In this Astakam, we can understand how Advaita Acharya makes his appearance. Yeah. Roaring like a lion and thundering like a monsoon cloud, he prays day and night, O Krishna, O Lord of Radhika. He smears the salagram sila with a paste of sandalwood and musk, and offer arati with incense and lamp. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi. So here we can understand that Advaita Acharya, if you are here as devotees, it is only by the mercy of Advaita Acharya. Because Advaita Acharya prays for the descent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he prays with, like this, you know, we just read. With saligram sila, with a piece of sandalwood and musk, and offer arati and incense and lamp. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi. So this is a prayer to Lord Advaita Acharya. But actually, Lord Advaita Acharya, he prays with saligram and tulsi to appeal to the Lord to descend, because at that time the world was devoid of Krishna consciousness. So Advaita Acharya prays for the Lord to descend. So if you are here, we are only here because of Advaita Acharya. So we are very grateful and thankful to Advaita Acharya, and we should pray to Advaita Acharya to get his blessing, to get his mercy, so that we can maintain our Krishna consciousness throughout our life. Because to become a devotee, somehow we have become a devotee by the mercy of other devotees. But to maintain as a devotee is something different. So the Acharyas and the incarnations of the Lord and the Lord himself descend for the welfare of the living entities. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tatatmanam sijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya cha duskritam dharma samstapanachaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So the Lord descends for the pleasure of his devotees. Actually, Bhagavad Gita said he comes to to kill the demons, to protect the devotees, and to re-establish religion. But actually, the main reason the Lord comes only for the pleasure of his devotees. This is the only reason. So even the expansion of the Lord, or even the Acharya, who is preaching the message of the Lord, so Advaita Acharya, actually he descended for the pleasure of his devotees, for the pleasure of the devotees. So we should take this opportunity today to pray to Advaita Acharya, to get his blessing so that we can maintain our Krishna consciousness and also make progress and get love of Krishna. See, so so we are very grateful to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, Advaita Acarya is Vishnu. He created the world because the Lord expansion as Vishnu, Garbhodagasai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, and Kshirodagasai Vishnu. They are responsible for creation, maintenance, and destruction. You know, and half of devotional service. And what devotional service? Devotional service is explained in Bhagavatam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, and then Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, and Atma Nivedanam. This is actually devotional service. This is described by Prahlad Maharaj. And our business of the devotees are these 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam. Everything depends on Shravanam. Yes or no? Everything depends on Shravanam. If you don't hear what we are going to chant, and what to speak of, to remember. So everything depends on Shravanam. Prabhupada became a stalwart preacher today. Prabhupada became a stalwart preacher and devotee of the Lord for 10,000 years to come. How? Because he listened to his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And because of this, Prabhupada became a great teacher for the 10,000 years to come. So our main business is, as devotees, we should always hear, chant and remember. Of course, and then executing, making friends, and offering obeisances, and surrendering everything. These are all there. But it all begins with hearing. So we can identify as someone as a good devotee because he is in the Bhagavatam class. If one does not come in the Bhagavatam class, this means there is something wrong. Bhagavatam class is a mess. When Prabhupada was building the temple in Juhu, Bombay, was getting many difficulties there, many troubles, many opposition, many bad elements. But when the time for Bhagavatam class come, he stopped everything and he come and give his Bhagavatam class. So this is very important. You know, as a devotee, we know that in this material world, we are in a diseased condition. So we need to take some treatment, medicine, no? And our treatment is waking up early in the morning, attending Mangalarti, chanting our rounds, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and attending Bhagavatam class. These are our treatments. for a person who is diseased, in a diseased condition of life. And after taking the treatment, we should take also prasadam. This is our diet. Treatment and diet. So we are very fortunate to have a doctor as Srila Prabhupada, because he prescribed us the treatment, how to become cured from our disease condition of life, and he also gave us the diet, prasadam. Who had COVID here when there was COVID-19? You had COVID, no? You also. How many of you? Put your hand up. Yes. And me too, I have not COVID, I have no COVID in me. When I was thinking that I am very fortunate, I had no COVID. I'm very lucky. But the government was insisting upon the prajas, upon the citizen, to have vaccine. And I was not inclined to have my vaccine also, because you have to put a long queue up to have our vaccine. So I was not interested at all. But finally, I have to make an appointment online to do my vaccine. So when I had my vaccine, I had Johnson, a vaccine called Johnson. Only one time you have to do it. So I had my vaccine, and I asked them when I should come again for another. They said to me only one time. Then I was saying, yeah, okay, very happy, only one time. Now after 2 weeks, I began to feel some pain in my body. And the pain was so much so that I was thinking that I'm going to breathe my last. So I had to go to the doctor, to Mediclinic, and the doctor asked me first question, have you had vaccine? I said yes. So she said this is a reaction of the vaccine. See, so why I have quoted this? Because Prabhupada said in Bhagavatam that the medicine they prescribe for the different diseases, the medicine are worse than the disease. Then I come to understand the statement of Prabhupada, that the statement will go for 10,000 years to come in the Bhagavatam. That all the medicine they prescribe are useless. Because Prabhupada said, the medicine are worse than the disease. So when I heard this, then I stopped taking any medicine. I take only natural things, natural medicine. Prabhupada used to do that also. Prabhupada used to take Ayurvedic medicine, free morning walk, Ayurvedic medicine, and massage. Prabhupada did these three. So in this way, we are very, very fortunate that we have been given the treatment, how to treat our diseased condition of life. So attend Bhagavati, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is our real medicine. And hearing Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam hearing also is a medicine. So only by following this, then we'll be able to get sufficient strength to get our immunities, to able to protect ourselves from the illusory energy of the Lord. So this is our medicine. And this Advaita Acarya has appeared to give us that devotional service, which is also followed by Prabhupada, following the footstep of Advaita Acarya, and has given these programs, this morning programs. This morning program is very, very powerful. If you chant in minimum of 16 rounds and attend Bhagavatam class and take prasadam and you go out, and if Maya also if Maya comes to attack you, Krishna will intervene. Krishna will intervene because you wake up early in the morning, you attended Mangalarti, you attend the Bhagavatam class, you took your prasadam. Because of that, Krishna will intervene and protect you. So this is real medicine, real solution for all problems of life, in life. Chanting Hare Krishna and hearing, especially Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita also, because Prabhupada has invested so many energy, his time, his sleep, and his everything. He has sacrificed for us to get the Bhagavatam, to study the Bhagavatam, to hear Bhagavatam, and so that we can get light from the chaos situation in the material world. See? There's a verse in Bhagavatam also, which says that Krishna swadhamu bhagati jnana ibisaha kalo nasam disamesa puranako dinodita. This Bhagavad is as brilliant as the sun. It was horizon just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost the vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance, so get light from this Puran. So everything is here, we just have to take it in the association of devotees. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Advaita Acharyas ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki jai, Gaur Hari Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So I stop here. If there is any commentary or some inquiries also, I can help to answer. So thank you so much for your participation, for your presence. I'm very grateful to you. You give me a chance. You tolerated me. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Advaita Acharya's appearance day Mahamotsav ki jai. Gaur Hari Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.